you don't like it enough to talk about it, you don't dislike it enough to remember it. To me, that's another level of disrespect. That right there, that hurts more. It did nothing to you. How do you stay positive around negative people such as family members? I learned from Gary Vee this approach. Instead of internalizing how you feel about their negativity, try to find it within yourself to find empathy for them. Like when you start feeling sorry for somebody who their whole existence is about how negative things are, you start to really like walk in their shoes. And you start to think to yourself, if I had that shitty point of view all the time, I would probably be really, really tired of life. If I downplayed other people's dreams, even people who are family, the close people, I probably have a really, really sad existence. When I think of it like that, it's less about how I feel about how they said what they said about me. And then it's like, it must really suck to wake up like that. So what I would do is, if you feel like you're not strong enough to withstand that negativity, I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever negativity you think your family members have for you, wait till you meet the rest of the world. Wait till you meet people in the music industry. This is a good test if you think about it, my friend. Woo, wait till you hear a stranger tell you that you ain't got it. Wait till you meet groups of people that tell you that you'll never amount to anything. In addition to that, the things that I thought about myself, I beat everybody. The most negative things that I've heard about my music have come from me, and I'm willing to bet they've come from you too. Keeping that in mind will help kind of center you where you're at, for sure. Magnificent said, I hear you talk about growth and contribution a lot. How do you know when they are evident in your process? Growth is something that happens on a daily basis. You know if you're growing at something if you are challenging yourself even 1% more than what you did the day before. If you're constantly growing at something, one, you'll have the drive to continue to do it because you feel a growth occurring. So that's one. If you're growing at something and you can witness the growth, that's why it's important to look at the scoreboard. That's why it's important to look and see, damn, last time I made this kind of beat, it took me 25 minutes. Now it's taking me 22 minutes, 23 minutes, right? 21 minutes, whatever. These are ways that we gauge that. But if you're just slowly growing, but you can see the growth, a lot of times we're growing and don't know we're growing, and we give up because we think that that's, it's just not happening for us. But if you see yourself constantly growing at something, then not only will you consistently show up every day, but it will improve dramatically your happiness and your fulfillment because you feel like you're not wasting your life away just doing a bunch of aimless activities. If you're growing at something, you're gonna forever put yourself in the best position to feel fulfilled no matter what level you're at, right? When you're doing something, you're like, damn, this is really working. You feel amazing. That's one. Two, contribution. Contribution does not mean having to have a whole community on the internet. Doesn't mean having to have a huge audience. It means there's someone right now that is probably 5 years younger than you, 1 year older than you, 4 years older, 40 years older than you that could really use your help. And if you feel like what you're contributing to is bigger than just yourself and just your own journey, that is also an important ingredient for fulfillment and happiness. That's why I say the worst I could ever have is a good day. Even today, it's just a good day. Something I did today, I'm sure, had an impact on someone. That's not even trying to be cocky. I know for a fact, whether it's them seeing the way that I deal with frustration, had some kind of an impact. Maybe it's some technique I did. That feels amazing to know. People walking in here right now who are like, yo, this video you made 4 years ago inspired me to do this, right? I have a YouTube channel because of a video. Like, worst I can have is a good day. I'm contributing to something bigger than myself. Secret to living is giving. The funniest thing I ever had somebody do, it was somebody that was a friend of mine. I was in her car and we was riding out with me and the homies was in her car, and she had just got her car. We was in high school. She had just got her car and she played my album. I had like a little mixtape that I put out. And she played my mixtape, and I rapped over a 50 Cent beat. She was like, oh, okay, I see you. She's like, this made me want to listen to some 50 Cent, though. And she took my CD out, handed it back to me in the back seat, and put 50 Cent in. And I was like, where do I go from here? You just gotta like sit back in the back seat. Like, you don't want to look mad because then somebody gonna ask you, what's wrong? You good? I'm straight. Oh man, that hurt. You hurt your feelings? She hurt your feelings? You just gotta sit back and be like, you follow me in the club, bought some bug, I'm gonna get you. Like, you gotta act like you like the song. Like, yeah, that was your idea to listen to him too. I'm humbled by those moments, and when I have moments where I feel like I'm making the music that I would actually listen to, I want to go all in and keep it going. do y'all shut your brain off when you stare at a blank canvas? My advice, what I say, move faster than your thoughts. Move quicker than your thoughts. The moment you start getting overwhelmed, that means you're doing too much thinking and not enough moving. Keep moving. Move until something cracks. Move until something new happens. Move until something creative happens. Move until you say, ooh, what's that? And keep moving from there. That's what we did today. Literally is what we did today. While I'm dealing with this computer issue and all of the headache from that, I just did not stop moving. Even when the computer was stopping the move, I kept moving because I refused to be defeated. I suggest the same thing. When you let your brain go off and you give it the center stage, it's going to act like a clown. When you let your brain be the center of your circus, it is going to act like a clown every time. So stop letting it do that. Move faster. Be great. Like when you want to be mediocre, you want everybody to pretty much be in agreement that you're good. When you want to be mediocre. But when you want to be great, like greatness comes from disruption. Greatness comes from being different from everything else, but not for the sake of being different, but for having the audacity to just be you and walk in your truth. To be great. I feel like the worst thing you could ever receive from groups of people in terms of feedback for your music is not somebody telling you it's whack. It's not somebody telling you it's trash. The biggest disrespect that I feel you could have from another human being giving you feedback on your music is indifference. You mean that this work that I dedicated so much emotional value, sweat, tears, blood doesn't affect you in any way? You don't like it enough to talk about it? You don't dislike it enough to remember it? To me, that's another level of disrespect. That right there, that hurts more. It did nothing to you? I can deal with it did something to you that you don't like. I hate that song. Hate is a strong emotion. I brought that out of you? Cool. Damn, you love this song? Amazing. That's also one of the components of being great. Indifference though? It's whatever. That one hurts me a little bit more, if I'm being real with you. Curtis King presents Gems of the Week, sponsored by More Gems, More Wins.